maze. It's layers to the truth, walking through a maze. There's layers to the truth, walking through a maze. Man, hit the reset, hit reboot, then we wake. Take a step back, look what you did, then you make proper decisions or proper etiquette. Move a love like Rio Etchison. When it's go time, how the body vernacular on a ghost ride. Abu Dhabi even hit. Hey yo, get them spirit guns loaded. We back, Shadow Talk Podcast. Your boy AK Shadow Urameshi. I got to the right of me, my boy Patdrick. To the left of me, we got Chavah. We here. So let's get straight into it. So there was a lot of controversy going on. I mean, to me, it wasn't really that deep, but there was a lot going on with the whole Keke Palmer situation, right? Now, just to give y'all some context, because some people were confused as to like, were they together when that happened? They were together when it happened. They broke up afterwards, right? After what he did and what she said and everything that I guess happened amongst them privately. We don't know for a fact if they broke up, but I'm just saying that because it's kind of important because I heard some people say, well, he shouldn't be speaking on her or what she got going on if they weren't even with each other. At the time, they were with each other. That's why that's important. So now with that being said, we'll start off with Patdrick. This is what I wanted to ask. So now, for one, I understand the part that he's in the wrong with for making it public, but how do you feel about her revealing herself publicly in that manner, or just what's your thoughts on all of that?
She making herself public and all that. She knew what she was pretty much doing. Mm-hmm. And like, she was in the wrong because how she was dressed, pretty mm-hmm. much. Like, would you want your woman to dress like that?
No.
See? There you go. Like, you won't want your woman to dress like that because she actually represent you. Mm-hmm. So when she's like, even if she's not with you, like, she still represent you.
Right.
So that's my point.
Okay. How do you rebuttal that?
Okay. There's a lot to unpack here.
Let's go.
For me.
This is why we had to bring her here. This is for the ladies out there. Ladies, hold tight. Watch what she has to say.
Okay. So. Okay. Where do we go?
There's so many angles you can go with. There's so many angles you can go with.
All right. So he said that she was in the wrong because she was dressed a certain type of way.
And I seen a few posts you said about like how women have the right to dress however they want and all that.
Where did this concept come that a woman is a reflection?
Not a reflection, but an extension. Extension of the relationship.
So that relationship where you guys have chosen to come together means what?
It means there's boundaries, there's compromises, and there's respect.
Boundaries, compromises, respect. Now, who determines my boundaries, what I compromise, and what's respectful to me? Me or you?
No, but it's both. As a whole, like both of y'all have y'all grievances and stuff like that. Like say if you want to like dress like have really short shorts, tank top, and all that. He's like, no, you ain't going out like that. Just put this on. You know, you look better because I wouldn't want my woman to dress like that. Just going out.
So you don't want your woman to dress like... Wait, let him finish.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm like, would you want your man to be in a dress?
My man can do whatever he wants to do.
So you'll let him go out any type of way?
First, I am not in control of anybody else's vessel.
Oh, that's crazy. Come on.
Their vessel.
But if you care about your man, you wouldn't want him to look crazy out here.
First of all,
right?
If my man is coming home to cuddle with me, why does anybody else's opinion of him matter but my opinion?
That's my point.
So if I don't look at my man, if I don't feel like a dress is going to do anything to his masculinity, if I don't feel that way, then why does your opinion that will be more important than mine?
That's because why would you want your man
Would you asking me what I want, or are you asking me for what you want?
No. I'm saying, why would you want your man to go out there and look wild like that?
The only people who are going to think he look wild is people that's not in my house. And if he and me, if we are together, what does the whole world got to do with what we got going on?
Because if they know y'all together, he represents the relationship.
And so I'm going to be insecure because another individual.
You ain't gotta be insecure. You ain't gotta be insecure.
To get up and like this is so surface. This is so how you are allowing your mood to change based on the attire of another individual.
I don't think it's mood, it's more principle. It's more the it's day of days. It's ancient. It's been around forever.
Well, what proof you have of it?
Ancient Islam, ancient Kemet. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about religion.
No, I'm not talking about religion. Ancient Kemet is way before religion. That's a way of life. Right. I'm talking about way of life. I'm talking about philosophy. I'm talking about spiritual principles.
If you really look at me, okay, I'm sorry. If I look at things, a robe and a dress is the same.
Right. Depending on the culture.
It does not.
But you dress honestly.
There's no. Some people might think that this is not proper with my shoulders out.
Right.
Some people might think that this is improper.
Right.
What is this?
There is different cultures. Right. Yeah.
My culture, nudity. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with nudity.
There's
nudity. Nothing is wrong. So to look crazy for wearing an attire is all about somebody else's all about somebody else's view. But that has nothing to do. Like if you telling me that there can be third world countries where a whole community of people walking around with leaves covering themselves up, and they are okay, what's wrong with us?
But there's something. But
we have been taught, we have been programmed to think that attire, physical, we all come in this world naked. But we have been taught that this means everything. This piece of cloth means more than anything.
Because we evolve. And when you evolve, you have intelligence. And when you have intelligence, you know better. You do better.
What's intelligent about wearing booty shorts? What's not intelligent about it?
You look like a hooker.
You look like
based on your opinions.
No. Based on what we have. Hold on. Hey viewers. It's based on what we have. It's based on what society has evolved into. Yeah, we've gotten to this point.
If it evolved,
we're not cavemen no more.
We evolved,
we
wouldn't be doing it. What are you talking about? That's all comes from religion. Someone taught you that if a woman does not wear this mold, then she is a whore, a hooker, a trashy, slutty, whatever. Someone told you that.
No way.
That's why those countries where them people walking around in leaves, ain't nobody saying, well, girl, cover up your titties, you got leaves.
That's because they're used to that. That's their culture.
And you're used to thinking that shorts and skirts makes a woman not respectable. You're used to that because
but they also do a lot of wicked stuff in those cultures too. There's a lot of crazy stuff that go down because there's a certain.
I can't say that. This more wickedness goes on in this culture.
For sure.
Than any other culture in the whole entire world.
Right.
More wickedness goes on in this culture.
Right. But wouldn't you think being half naked is like pretty compromising? That's not
the thing about it.
People tell other men
because here's the thing.
So as a woman, I have to live my life by the boundaries of what a man may or may not do to me because of what y'all deem respectable.
Yes.
I can't just.
Yes, big facts. Yes, you do. You know why? Hold on. Yes, you know why? Because as fellow men, you know something we know? There's some crazy ass men out here.
But that's not our problem that y'all
It is. We care about y'all. We're trying to let you know.
Find out this guy say, "Damn,
you don't." Who told you?
If you are a woman and I go out with you and you putting me in a compromising situation by being half naked, and now the world don't even know you my woman because you got on a hose uniform. Yeah, you not respecting our relationship, and you putting me in harm's way now. You feel me?
Yep.
That's all in your mind.
It's
I'm sorry, all of you guys are.
I'm telling you how bad I operate.
No, your operation does not mean it's right. Your operation does not mean that women want to live by your operations, and we have the choice to live in whatever operations. You don't. If that's
it ain't
why,
gonna get you
that's
far.
why they.
It ain't gonna get you far. I tell you that. Name one woman right now in today's society doing OnlyFans,
Here we go.
prostitution,
Here we go.
being butt naked,
Why does that
Instagram model. That's what I mean. You saying?
Why do you always go to that end, to that spectrum? Like that's the only spectrum in life. How many women out here are successful doing their own thing and they're not ran?
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that. Talking about?
I'll give you that. Okay.
It's way more spectrums than just having.
All right, let's talk about the regular woman then. The regular woman, it's gonna affect her as well. Not to say that dude's not gonna approach her even if she dressed modest. That's true.
I'm just gonna tell you.
But
I have more say as a woman. I have lived in the woman's shoes longer than any of you guys. Okay? It does not matter what I have on. If a man wants to push up on me, he is going, and if he feels my energy and I'm with it, he gonna push up on me. The reason why men don't push up on me is because I don't give that energy for them to, they be like, oh, she not playing no games. Nope.
But everything is energy.
It don't matter if
the
I have.
clothes is energy.
I'm telling you, it don't matter if because I dressed like this today. I was gonna dress another way, but anyway, I didn't make it home enough to change. But anyway, it doesn't matter what I have on. I can have on a short skirt. I can have on a tight dress. If the guy look at me and feel like I'm with it, he gonna approach me. If he look at me and I look at him like, boy, don't ever think about coming up to me, he not gonna come up to me.
But that's not fair.
It has nothing to do with what I have on.
If you're dressed real skimpy and I approach you treating you based on how you look, and then you go, that's not my energy, but you got on a hose uniform. What you want me to do?
Because
who says that that's my uniform?
That's what society has evolved us into. That's my point.
I don't have to live by what society says just because
a lot more people living by
y'all do that.
It's a lot more people living by it.
It's a lot of people that went along with slavery. What does that mean? That we're gonna sit up here and accept something in life just because somebody else told her? I don't have to accept it. I don't. You can accept it and you can live by whatever walls that was placed in your mind as a child and through infancy. You can, but you don't have the right to do it to me. Okay, so y'all were talking about earlier. Oh, I don't want no other guy. They looking at me crazy. Woo woo woo. So that guy gonna determine when you fuck? Oh, I'm sorry.
You good. Go ahead. Yeah, you good.
Is he gonna determine when you fuck? Is he gonna determine when you take your woman out? Like where else? How far? What is the stop? Mm-hmm. That you looking at somebody, another man's point of view over your life? What does it stop? Oh, okay, well, I don't want, okay, wear this because I don't want them to think that I'm weak, or wear this because I don't want them to think, okay, well, let them, pay your bills. Let them take care of you. Let them determine what you do, when you do it, how you do it. Let them do all of that.
That's real technical. You're being technical. That's like
technical,
that's very technical, yo.
Technical.
Yeah. But that's not really
technical.
Sometimes, but in today's PC culture, it's very toxic. Like it's not all that technicality.
We're not talking about stuff that they done made up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like
we talking about truth.
But I'm just saying, in a relationship, wouldn't you agree? It's a partnership and there's compromises. Ain't no one forcing the woman. I'm letting you know my boundaries. I'm letting you know how I operate. If you agree to it, respect it. She went out there. Right. She went out there with whole ass cheeks out, and she got kids at the crib.
Okay,
and she's famous, and she got. It means you're not respecting the relationship.
What? Who says I'm not respecting the relationship? Who says
how
that?
You dress?
How you dress?
And I'm gonna say it again. That's bullshit.
No, because speaking for men. But hold up. On behalf of men, it's unfair because it's so many things about y'all.
Let me get a pen. Let me see.
It's so many things about y'all that we find attractive, right?
That's not my
I got a pen right here. I got pens right there.
Oh, give me something to write on.
It's so many. I
want to write down what points. I want to write about the valid points.
While she's doing that
you guys have.
All right. While she's doing that, check this. It's so many things about women that turn men on, right? So many things. Men just about get turned on by everything on a woman. So the more revealing it is, the more sexualized and hypersexualized it is, it's like what my boy Patrice said, it's like having a salmon dipped in honey in front of bears. Like, I can't even touch it.
So you're an animal now.
It's just an analogy. It's just an analogy.
Because I thought that was the point of us being of evolution, evolving.
Yeah.
Evolving.
But I'm saying
to the point where.
But when you're like that, you're tempting other men that are weaker.
So y'all don't have mastery over it. So women should.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the other men when she goes out there.
You guys, that means y'all. That means y'all. That means the men that do have mastery over themselves who get this structure. Y'all need to handle the ones that don't, that are not. That means y'all need to do. That's your responsibility because we're women.
Some of them dudes crazy.
So y'all. Where you're crazy though. Where you
I got plenty courage.
Where your determination to do what's right.
It takes two to do it. I need you to go. It takes two to do it.
Don't get me shot.
You're telling me that I'm wrong.
All right, Cody, I'm hey, man, I already fought 30 people. I
thought we was gonna have a mature conversation.
We are having a mature conversation.
But the thing about it is,
you guys are doing excuses.
How are we doing excuses?
Because these are not anything valid. Like, give me something that.
I'm caring about my woman, and I don't want her to be in harm's way. How is that being? How is that not valid?
So, because another man may or may not come up to us and do what? Harm us in some kind of way, all because of what I'm wearing?
Facts. That's how dumb people are.
That lets you know that y'all need to, really handle the male, because y'all are the weaker sex then. If you try to tell me that you can't see a nude body and not attack or grab or try to, or you see a woman with a man and you still go up and put that.
It's called private parts for a reason. It's private. There's another word. There's another word.
Their vaginas,
sacred.
Their penises,
sacred.
Their breasts. Those are what they are. That's what we call them.
And anything sacred
made them sacred.
Humanity.
So I gotta live by your sacred, but maybe I don't live by your sacred. What you feel is sacred. Maybe I don't live by that.
But
so now I have to live by your boundaries because y'all humans decided that y'all wanted to come together and have a meeting that women were not involved in. Keep that in mind. Y'all decided y'all want to get together and have a meeting of the like minds and say, okay, well, this is what we're gonna make everybody in the world else go by.
Look. It's two. Y'all both communicate about boundaries and stuff. Because he's not trying to fight everybody, all the other man's off you. He's not about to try to do that. So he's saying that because he care about you. Because he's a guy. He know how guys are. And some guys is probably crazier than the other.
And I haven't had to worry about. I've dressed all type of ways, and I'm a single woman. I have not had to worry about anybody.
That ain't all women. That ain't all women.
See, you're
each one of them guys case by case.
You're the lucky one. It's other women out here too that do that.
Plenty.
And they get hurt all the time.
Facts.
You're not the only
all the
one.
time. How many cases you see every day where they get killed over this type of stuff?
Over what stuff? I don't see any cases like this.
Plenty.
What are they getting killed over?
Plenty. It's Instagram models that have guys killed.
So again, you keep trying to put women in boundaries because of
ain't no double standard. There's no double standard. We don't want men like that either. As a man, I'm not gonna go out into the world revealing. I wouldn't do that to my lady. You feel me? There's no double standard with that. You know, it's principle on both sides.
Is that wrong? Nudity doesn't mean
when
sex.
You evolve and you have a level of intelligence,
it's saying how
we've gotten to this point. You know, what I'm
level of intelligence means that intelligence. You're saying means that you go out and wear a certain type of thing because you're intelligent.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we've evolved to the point.
Intelligent?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we've gotten to the point.
Make us intelligent.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we've gotten to the point where now we know this is associated with fashion. It's associated with warmth. It's associated with
the program.
Well, however you want to word it, but we've gotten to the level of intellect to where we know, hey, when it's cold, I'm gonna throw this on.
But
hey,
it's cold versus okay, it's hot now. So why can't I wear?
So I gotta go. I gotta be butt naked.
No, I'm just saying, why can't I wear booty shorts if it's hot?
Dude, there's no way you could wear a booty short. Come on now.
That's crazy. You just said in your mind. You just said when it's cold, I wear this attire, but when it's hot, I don't dress for the heat.
I'm just using that as an example.
It works one way,
it doesn't mean
but it don't work the other way.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying, but it don't validate being half naked though. Like on both sides, men or women.
There's nothing wrong with me.
What do you call the little short shorts the dudes wear nowadays?
There's nothing wrong with nudity.
No, hoochie daddies, right?
Yeah, hoochie daddies.
Everybody came into the world naked.
Hoochie daddies ain't it, y'all. Hey, to all my men, you need to let them go, bro. That ain't it, bro. The hoochie daddy shorts is not it. That's not a good look. No double standards at the Shadow Talk podcast, by the way. Ain't no double standards.
Y'all do have double standards.
No way. This applies to both. Actually, this applies to both.
Women have double standards.
Talk about it.
Because they can have Instagram and they can post themselves on Instagram.
Whatever they want.
But guys, they can't go on Instagram, especially if they're dating. They can't go on Instagram and like other women photos.
Who says that?
Most women.
Well, I cannot be responsible for women.
We can't be responsible for the man.
I can't be responsible. So we can't be responsible. I can't be responsible for women who have self value based on the patriarchy system. Okay? Because if they have their value based on the patriarchy system, maybe they're going to be irrational. I don't know. I don't view my life under the patriarchs, that system. So I can't really tell you how, I can't really explain that. Men can't tell women how to be women. I'm just sorry.
And the same goes for y'all. You can't tell us how men think.
But you're telling us how to dress, though.
Because I'm telling you how men think.
But I don't have to live by what men think.
And if you recognize
I don't have to live by what men think.
We're trying to speak. If we care,
you see how the double standard is.
If we care about,
you see how you speaking it right now.
If you let us care for y'all, that's the point. If you let us care for y'all,
I won't try to leave me a dang alone then.
Because
I'm tired of you caring for me. Leave me alone. Let me care for myself. God dang, like for real, like y'all, like I think about it. I get it. Cause there's so many, I'm checking on you. Like when so I'm getting into drug driving. So I'm on the road. I'm just checking on you. I'm just checking. Ain't enough much checking in the dang world. For you to be that, cause like you're so concerned is pushing energy to things to happen.
I'm glad you said that.
Wouldn't have happened.
And when you half naked, you pushing energy out there that's hypersexualized, that's not sacred, that's not rooted in spirituality.
Sacred?
Come on now.
I'm in a relationship. Me and the person in a relationship determines what's sacred. Don't nobody else determine what we want to be sacred.
That's what we just been saying.
Like how you dress. Like if you and that person,
I wouldn't date nobody who thinks like that. So I don't know how to really respond to this, because that's not a man on my
all spiritual men think like this.
No, they do not.
All spiritual men.
Come on. I knew I was gonna need you.
All noble men think like this. Big facts.
No, we don't.
There's no righteous or noble man that doesn't want a modest dressing woman. Come on,
not true. Because spirituality is knowing that there's nothing wrong in nudity. That's spirituality.
There's nothing wrong in nudity.
Nothing wrong.
No one said that. That's not the point.
If I'm half nude, what's wrong with me?
Okay. Here's the mic drop I've been waiting to drop. You know why? There's kids in the world. You know what else? There's elders in the world.
So are we teaching
why
kids
don't we
not
respect
to accept nudity?
No, we're teaching them.
The elders.
So you gonna show your private parts to a kid? You gonna show your private parts to a kid? That's what you tell me.
I walk around my house naked with my children all the time.
That's crazy. Come on, fam.
That's
to whom?
Come on, fam. Come on, fam. What is we talking about?
Now you got your judgments of what you think in your mind. Now you judging me, trying to tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. My children haven't.
I believe in
judging. Haven't been.
I believe in judging, so I'm all for the judging. I ain't with the PC culture. I 100% judge.
I don't accept none of your judgment.
You don't got to, but we do judge.
So now,
you know why?
Now
this is called accountability. If more humans,
how can I be accountability? How is what I choose to wear? Who does that make me accountable to?
No, we're not talking about in your house. We're talking about out in public.
Right.
Okay.
To other kids and elders and people that, okay, let me ask you this. When you go to other, even disassociating with religion or whatever, but still, you respect other altars, right? You're not going to go to someone else's spiritual way of life and go to a church or go to and be half naked.
I'm not going to go to a church.
But point I'm saying is you wouldn't disrespect someone else's.
Who says that I'm disrespecting them?
I'm asking a question.
But
if you go into another,
you're putting ideas in my mind that don't exist.
I'm just asking a question.
But yeah, you're saying when I go my intentions would never be to go anywhere and disrespect anyone.
Okay, perfect.
That is my intention.
All good.
But I would never see that by what I have on, what I physically wear, what I choose to wear would be disrespectful to you.
Well,
I would never in my mind think, oh, well, this is disrespectful.
Because the world is shared.
Disrespectful.
The world is shared.
Okay.
If we're sharing existence together, you're gonna not step on my toes.
Yes.
And if you step on my toes, I'm gonna let you know, hey, you stepping on my toes. And stepping on my toes could be you're being half naked in front of my kids, and I don't respect that.
If you don't teach your children what sex is, if you don't teach your children what nudity is, if you don't teach your children, that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. That has everything to do
with you. There's consequences to stuff like that.
That's religion. That's why so many people have been killed. Because somebody else was thinking, oh, okay, this is how we gonna live. These are guidelines we're gonna do. We ain't gonna do nothing else. We just gonna follow these guidelines. Right. And then we're gonna go out and we're gonna make everybody else follow our guidelines. And we're gonna make everybody else leave we're gonna make everybody else.
If I'm telling you respectfully, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you respectfully, hey, my kids is around. If in this part of the neighborhood, if you could not be happy,
you can take your kids home too. If the world is for everybody, it's shared. And I teach my children, hey, these are breasts. That's a penis. This is a vagina. This is what they do. It's natural. It's natural. The fact that y'all always want to hide stuff, like if people were walking, if more men,
would you agree? I'm gonna make a point too. Would you agree that birth is sacred?
No. Everybody has birth. Everything. Butterflies give birth. Chickens lay eggs.
So it's not
whales.
So life is not sacred.
Birth. Everything on this planet, the way you enter to this womb, sacred in what? How is it sacred if it's natural?
It's life. You're bringing life into existence.
Then that means everything's sacred. The trees are sacred. The family is sacred. The water is sacred.
My girl was about to get
water sacred.
It's absolutely sacred. And if it's sacred...
But who determines how I live my sacred? Who determines how I view sacred? Who determines what's sacred to me?
That's a technical answer. That's a very very technical answer, because what you're doing is you're trying to cater to your particular perspective,
and that's my life,
without being open-minded enough to respect the fact that we're living in a shared world. There's elders out here.
What's wrong? What does that mean? You keep saying all this.
I'm telling you. I'm saying
there are elders out here.
I'm saying very clearly.
Elders have been born. Elders, I'm sure by the time they got elder, they've been intimate with someone. What?
There's no way. There's no way. I'm trying to tell you. You keep talking over me. There's no way that there could be a street full of elders right here, and there could be prostitutes walking down the whole road. You think they're gonna like that? I'm asking. You think they're gonna like that?
Who gives a fuck what they like?
Shit, then you don't respect your elders.
Oh, because
then you don't respect your elders.
The silliest.
Am I tripping?
Silliest.
Go ahead, Patdrick.
I'm sorry. No one's gonna. No. Oh.
It's the truth. You gotta have some respect for your elders. It's a shared world.
All of that is people who are immature. There's nothing wrong with if I'm not. Listen here. I'm not going to see a little boy's penis, a little 12, whatever. I'm not going to see no young boy stuff and be turned on by that.
Because you know better.
Because that's not natural.
Because you know better.
Whatever I know.
A kid don't know better.
Clothes.
That's the point.
If you don't tell them, they don't know better.
So you know
every kid. I've already had my.
So you know every kid.
No.
You know every kid on the block in the neighborhood.
I don't, but my children.
So since you don't know every kid, there's a level of respect. You understand what I'm telling you? There's a level of respect.
No.
You don't walk into any altar half naked. You know why? Because you respect that person's way of life and their spirituality. Why would you, as a man, I wouldn't want my woman to be out there half naked.
And even if I'm in a relationship, I'm no one's woman, but I'm my woman. No one has ownership over me. Even in a relationship, no one has ownership over me.
It's not.
We have what's mine? What's mine?
It's just boundaries.
The idea that you look at makes you have an ownership. My dog, my phone, my microphone, my bottle of water.
That's another technicality. You just doing technical stuff. You're trying to cater to your world.
See, that's why
you're catering to your world.
Mine is open-minded.
No, it's not open-minded. If you are trying to
respecting my elders and
their life, there's no way that you're open-minded. Because how do you know them elders are offended? They might not even be. What are you are wanting me to live my life on the possibility of a if.
So you would allow your kids to cuss in front of elders. You don't care.
My kids, they
cuss for the elders. They do disrespectful stuff.
They use words that people out in the world deem profanity all the time around me.
Would you consider your kids mild-mannered?
To do that?
Would you consider your kids good kids?
My kids are very decent.
And why would that be? Because they have respect for. You taught them respect for elders.
I don't teach them respect for elders.
But that's the point. They know right from wrong.
I teach them respect for people who treat them and put them in respectable situations. That is what I teach. Now, what is that? What is considered that? It's subjective between each culture and whatever walls that was put up in your mind as a child. But me personally, I do not have to live by that. And because you think in your mind that this is respectable, who says that? That's how you view things.
It's a shared world. The world says that.
It's a shared world.
It is.
But
you're not living on an island by yourself. You're not living on an island.
Everybody, if you're walking around and you see a half-naked person and they walking around, go the other way. Turn your head. Don't look. But they have every right to do whatever they want to. Do you have the strong? Do you have the mental capacity to sit in your mind and not let that affect you? Or are you going to be like, oh, I'm so offended that they're walking around?
We're not saying that. I'm not going to take it personally.
Yes, you are, because they keep saying, oh,
I'm not going to take it personally.
Walking around half naked. He's walking around half naked.
Because the conversation is messed up. And once again, there's a double standard. I'm telling you, like, it ain't just the women. I apply the same thing to men. As a man, you know what I'm saying, being raised in ancient Islam, I don't go into the beaches and stuff, take my shirt off and do all that. That's not how I operate. That's not how I was raised. You smell me? So the same would apply to the woman. I wouldn't want you to be, if I'm living like that, I wouldn't want my significant other to be living like that.
And that's something that y'all need to have a discussion with.
See, that's what I was getting at. Like,
because I personally, a man that has that type of thinking is not free enough for me. It's not spiritual enough for me. Because I don't want to live by nobody else's boundaries. I don't want to live by nobody else's walls or restrictions or fears. What's the difference?
It's instinctual.
What's the difference between
it's instinctual? Fear? You know why it's instinctual? Because as a man, I know other men's instinct. Yes, it's instinctual. Because I know how other men get turned on by women. It's facts. So
they get turned on of women, whether you are freaking have fully dressed or you're not dressed at all.
But there's a message being sent.
Hold on, let me say my life by what a man thinks.
But there's a message. But there's a message being sent when you're dressed a particular way.
That's your perception.
Okay,
that is your perception.
Like, you got something to say.
That's your perception. Perception. Your perception, how you see things from your vantage point, from where you are. I can look at this from this angle and it might look like something. I might look at it from that angle. It might look like something else. I might see it from the back. It may look like a whole completely different thing. That's your perception that was put in your mind by whatever people, whatever boundaries, whatever. That was your perception that's put in your mind. That doesn't make it my reality.
You want people to do anything. You want the world to just be lawless. You know,
it's already lawless right now by people trying
to. And look how bad it's looking, and how is it turning out? By the way, All these women out here, looking the way they looking. How's it turning out?
Religion
Answer
is
me
what
that, audience.
perversion in the world.
It ain't looking good, is it?
Religion is what
Right. People need to get back to modesty. Cover yourself up.
Religion is what put
Real shadow talk.
Religion is what put perversion.
It ain't looking good, is it?
Religion is what put perversion in the world.
I'm not a religious person. I'm not a religious
Religious.
person.
All of this comes from, you say that you're not religious, but most people are religious and they don't even know, because it's taught in the government, it's taught in society, and it's what you call we've evolved.
But we need law and order.
No,
We absolutely need. If a society doesn't have law and order, it is a lawless, crazy world. You have to have law and
if people
order.
self-mastered themselves, then
That's a
everything,
big
everything.
if. That's a big
But you just
if,
said
yo.
if too. Why
That's
your
a
if ain't as big as
Because
mine?
law and order is universal.
Oh no, it's not.
It's there.
Self-mastery is
Hold
universal.
up. Did you just say earlier there's universal laws?
A lot of people is
Yes.
not.
So if there's universal laws that are infinite, then what is we talking about? There's laws that are being governed by God Almighty.
Universal laws that you can't walk around half naked when you got a whole third world country. They walking around half naked. Them people, they living, they growing, they doing. But over
Yeah, but
here,
but that's
over here, this so-called
because they got their culture.
Exactly.
Here, okay, so
Exactly.
that's what y'all are talking about.
Exactly.
It's culture. And
See,
you're
no,
saying
they-
that your
no,
culture,
no.
your programming, culture is programming. That's all
No,
culture
just let him
is.
get off. Let him get off. Go ahead.
No. Their culture is they probably walk around half naked,
Okay.
but
And
over
nobody cares
But
about it.
over here, like we got standards and stuff like that. Like
Standards.
hoeing around. That's not.
Oh my
like
gosh.
if you go out looking like a hoe, then
What's a
other
hoe?
people-
I don't know what a hoe is. I'm sorry. Can you describe that for me?
You don't know what a hoe is?
You talking about the garden tool that you use?
Oh no, I'm talking about the other one.
I have
on the corner and stuff.
no idea what a hoe is.
The one that's let's see, how come what's it? Oh wait, we on shout out to the one that sleep around for money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
money.
That's what I'm talking about. Like you dressing like that. That's what guys they don't want to date that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you want to date somebody like that? Would you want to date somebody like that? No.
Usually guys look at that as a hit. It's just a hit.
Because you guys are insecure and weak. That's
No,
why.
that's not.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't. Go ahead,
No,
Pat.
I wouldn't want my woman to dress like a hoe or be a hoe or.
I wouldn't want my daughter to grow up and be like that. That would be
on OnlyFans.
Oh my Lord, that would destroy me inside to know that my daughter.
We're gonna have a really good conversation based on what's true, and this is all nothing but really.
No, I'm off camera.
A male centered ideology, and
that's why we brought a lady.
You think that a male centered ideology should rule women? You think
that's what we said?
Yes,
we said there's no double standard. It's for men and women. We say we don't want men to be naked out there. We don't want women to be naked out there. That's not hard to understand. Go ahead, Pat.
Like, I wouldn't like. I know none of us wouldn't want.
Your fears.
No,
that's what I wouldn't want. Just fears.
Okay.
Basically, you're saying just because you dress like that doesn't mean you're doing those acts.
Exactly. It doesn't mean that you should you judging a book by its cover.
Yeah, but most people do judge.
But at the same time, like, hey, he has a daughter. He's trying to control. Hey, don't dress like that.
Mm-hmm. And what example is that setting for my young daughter? Are you respecting my young daughter? I know you're not. You don't even care about her.
Way, boom, bye.
Just look the other way.
I want her to know.
I want
her to know.
Hold her hand my life.
I want a woman to know. Your daughter should know that it shouldn't matter what she have on. But
people are easily influenced.
Your daughter should know. Your daughter. I'm not talking about nobody's influence.
People are easily impressionable.
I'm not talking about anybody being oppressed.
It's a shared world. There's kids, so they are easily impressionable. That's my point.
What they see on TV.
Exactly. Exactly.
All of y'all are still, at the end of the day, you're living your life by other folks' standards. And I don't have to live my life by nobody's standards.
You don't. Ain't nobody disagreeing with you with that, but I'm letting you know how men think.
I don't.
This is how men think.
How y'all think I don't have to live my life. I'm a woman. I don't gotta think like a man.
But we're trying to give you.
don't have
We're trying to give you a forewarning. It's some crazies out here.
I don't have to be forewarned.
It's some crazies out here. You know what I mean?
And they're gonna be crazy whether I'm nude or not.
Right.
How many women
But
that
it's
were raped, they got
off-
their clothes ripped and torn off of them?
Sure, you're right. But let me ask you this.
This is
Let me ask you this.
the hole that you're looking in the world from.
All right. Let me
This
just
is
give.
the hole that
Let me just get my point. Let me just get my point off.
It's just-
Because we're living in a world. We're
I
living.
can only see part of you.
If you could just let me get my point off. We're living in a world of practicality. You do the best you can. So you understand? So if the percentage rises a lot higher because you're half naked, right, in front of men, that ain't a good sign.
Oh my
The
God.
percentage of something happening to you is way higher now. Whether something gonna happen to you or not, she's right about that. But the
No.
percentage is far less if you're modest.
No.
Man or woman. That's
how
all
many
I'm
women-
saying.
How many women get raped in the cultures where they wear everything on? Please give me the numbers then. Since you know everything, what are the numbers of the women that get raped over here versus the women that have you done any research? Do you know anything about it? Like
I
over
just
in
told you I don't disagree
Lebanon,
with you on that. I don't disagree.
Lebanon. Okay,
I don't disagree
so
with you on
these
that. But I'm saying
countries.
it's
No.
percentages though.
No. Your percentages is bullshit. You just came up with your percentages. They're
I
not
didn't
based.
say any numbers. I'm
They're
just saying.
whatever. No, because you're just it may be higher. If you have rape in countries where women are covered from head to toe, the problem is not the woman. It is not the woman. The problem is the man who has the authority in some countries over women. And it's the man who claims this ownership over women that has the problem. Not the
In
freaking
those
woman.
cultures-
If your theory is correct, then that means in Lebanon, that means in where all these Muslim-centered countries where women can't have to wear certain whatever, that means there should be no rape. But there is.
In those
So guess what?
cultures,
That point that you made is invalid.
in those
It's
cultures,
invalid.
I'm trying to answer the question.
Okay, what's-
And in those cultures, yes, you are correct about that. That's very true. And those men need to be held accountable for that 100%. And I think it's deeper than that. I don't think it's just, I think there's really something wrong with those particular cultures because I come from those cultures. I've seen that type of stuff firsthand. So I ain't denying that. You're absolutely right about that.
So the problem is the man, not the woman.
No, I just think in those particular cultures, there isn't this, I'm trying to answer, there isn't the same level of intellect in particular other areas, I would say, right? I think that a lot of them are kind of like hillbilly-ish, if you want to say per se, right? So they got kind of like just wild things about them. I've seen it firsthand out there, and it's disgusting. It's really horrible, to be honest with you. But there is a way to fix that. The way to fix that is by having proper laws in place and proper punishment for those men, so they can understand. Like, bruh, you cannot act or move like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I told you I never disagreed with you on that. I'm just saying that I know for a fact if I'm raising my young daughter and I put her out into this world, the chances of something not happening to her are going to be far diminished based on how she dressed.
But
that's all I'm saying.
But that's not true. Because like we just said, you said, if you want to rewind the tape, that if she has on this, whatever, their chances are higher.
Right.
But I just told, like, if it happens,
But that's a different culture.
No,
that's a whole different culture. And I just told you they're wild out there.
But that does not change the fact that if over there and even here and every around places, women who have clothes on, who are covered,
it's more of a corrupt government in those areas.
If it happens here, women that all prostitutes don't get raped there. All type of women get that experience. Some have that experience where that happen. Women with clothes on, women who are covered from head to toe, women who have on nothing. So that the clothing is not the issue. You make it the issue, but that's really not the issue, because if that was the case, time and time would show that, oh, well, only the women who are half naked, those are the only ones that are getting raped out here.
It's not just rape. We're not just talking
those are the ones who are getting violated. Or those are the ones who no, that does not happen. Women who are fully clothed and fully modest get violated. So the dress is not the issue. It's the perception of what the woman. If you feel like a man that you're over a woman and she has to do what you say, then it don't matter what I say. It don't matter what I have on. If you're in a position to take advantage of a woman, you're going to do that. Because that's what you feel. That's what your views are. That's what you think. It ain't got nothing to do with the dress. That has nothing to do with anything. If you are a man and you feel like, hey, I'm never going to make a woman do anything she doesn't want to do, it don't matter if 10 women come in here butt booty naked. Ain't nothing going to happen to them. You know why? Because you have self-mastery over yourself and you are not going to allow anything to happen. What we need to be teaching little boys is to have discipline. What we need to be doing is to teach little boys how to have self-mastery over themselves.
Honey in front of a bear. Like, come on, fam. You can't have
I thought you was
a bunch of butt naked.
I thought
but
you were
instinctual creatures too. We have instincts about us. We have particular turn-ons.
Instincts need to be
what are we talking about?
Touch nothing that ain't give you
I'm
permission
not saying we
touch
will, but that's okay. I'm gonna tell you.
You're making
hold on. No, I'm not. No, watch this. This is about to be a beautiful point. It is sexual harassment for women to come into a workplace half naked around men, and I stand on that. You know why? We only have one private part. One. You know how many they got? They got the breast. They got the ass. They got the front part. They got so much stuff that didn't curve. They got so much going on. If you bring that to the workplace as a man, you're compromising my mentality, emotions, and how I can.
Because you're.
By the way, that ain't all men, but that's a lot of men. And
because they're weak.
Okay, well, then they're weak. Then they're weak.
They're weak.
Then they're weak. Generalize all men and weak, you know.
I'm saying the ones who think like this. I'm not I'm talking about the ones who think like that.
It's instinctual for certain men. It's very, you know what I mean?
Well, you are not supposed to live by your instincts. You're supposed to live.
We're instinctual creatures.
But here you are, creatures, but we share the planet. So your instincts are supposed to be. Huh? What is it?
I mean, I said everything pretty clearly. I think I said it clear as day. Like
what do your instincts mean?
OG, go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much.
Don't put your camera on him.
Oh yeah. Be honest.
Y'all have to agree that everything that we've been taught by a male perspective, everything, religion, God, women, children, all came from male. Including religion, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, everything, male perspective. So that means it's automatically imbalanced.
Thank you.
Automatically imbalanced. Everything. They know man come here first. How can man get here first? That's a story that was told to us. All lies. Every bit of lies. The only way you don't know truth, the real truth, you gotta see yourself as energy, an entity, a dark energy. I like the title that you got for your show,
Shadow Talk,
because it's in the dark. Everything is in dark.
Comes out of the darkness to the light, right?
Everything. You shine a light and you got to have a light to go inside because it's total darkness.
Right.
Now, man set the rules.
Hey, hit that fan real quick.
The man set all the rules. Man set all
the rules. Get spicy. Yeah.
About woman.
Yes.
He said all the standards. Women.
But you know where I'm getting this information? Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. Every culture that allows marriage is ownership of the woman by the man. She takes the last name. I know in Islam it don't necessarily mean that.
Yeah.
But they do own the woman. The woman has to be behind. In the selection of the prayer, the woman sit behind. She's not honored. She's behind the man.
Right.
She's the source. How can she be behind? But that's another topic. But I just want to say this, man. If a woman is naked, it has nothing to do with your intuition. You say instinct. If you're saying you're instinctive, you're in a level of animals.
You're on a level?
Animals have instinct.
That's what I was trying to say.
So you got to grow up together.
But they're sentient beings. We're sentient beings.
But we have...
I mean, what we saying?
I'm saying this. You have what you call intuition.
Right.
They call it instinctive in animals. That means that you do know something when you come here.
Yeah.
But you get taught out of it through your people, your environment.
The walls get built up.
You get misled.
Yeah.
Misguided. So everything we learn, we got to relearn, man. I'm serious about that.
Right. I agree.
If we don't relearn it, see the woman, she said about she don't have to follow make patriotic thinking.
Mm-hmm.
She has more to go on than we do.
Right.
Every woman teaches the baby.
Right.
That's intuitive. Every lion female handles the baby.
Right.
So that tell you in the elephant world, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to follow the matriarch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the original, not the patriarch.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm saying with that, man, because I'm telling you, everything we've been taught by the male energy is totally incorrect and imbalanced.
Right.
From the male perspective, does not mean it's right, and does not mean that as a woman, I'm bound by that. That's all I was saying.
Right.
No matter what me and my man or me, whatever, no matter what, we come together and agree that that's how we're going to live our life. That can happen. Like, that's fine. Whatever the two people come together and they agree upon, so then she wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. That's why y'all.
If y'all are all agree to that, she's not going to do that because she has the same views and whatever y'all came on. Then that's when, if she does different, then that's when the disrespect comes. But you can't just say I'm disrespectful because I got on something and somebody's around to see it.
Well, someone got to teach you. You got to know better. You know what I mean? And that's what you said. If you're going to teach the kids, then shit, that's a kid that didn't learn clearly. You know what I'm saying? And I live by ancient Islam. Ancient Islam teaches me that all things come from woman. Even the term Allah is a feminine word. Exactly. You understand? Ancient Kemet was visualized by the queens. Math, geometry, all philosophy was made by woman, right? But you know what the man did? He went and actualized it. He went on behalf of the woman and created for her the vision in place. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why she stands behind is because I'm the protector. I'm here to guard and make sure that you're guided to queendom. Now, once we get to queendom, hey, all bets are off. You're going to guide me for the rest of my life from then on. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of the philosophy I'm getting comes from women. You understand? And I got plenty information to show and prove that for our viewers out there and other women that will tell you everything I'm saying. They'll tell you it's about dressing modest. They'll tell you it's about respecting your elders, respecting God. God wouldn't want you to be half naked out here.
But you just said you're not religious. But then you just said God.
What does God have to do with religion? What is
because everybody's concept
so if you
of
believe in God, you're religious automatically?
Everybody's concept of God comes from a religion.
No.
Ain't nobody just sit up there and
the one above all is the one above all. Every interpretation is its own interpretation. There is a one above all, though.
So you actually feel, because it's not truth, it's just a feeling and a belief.
Okay.
That is a individual, what you call God.
Yeah.
By different name, Yahweh, Allah, Jehovah, all them names.
Right.
It's about one individual. So you actually believe.
I wouldn't say individual.
But you just said there's one God.
And then
above all others.
And then you also.
Individual makes it seem like it's a person.
And that's right.
Individual
that's
not what I was saying.
But
as a family.
But in.
Go ahead, sorry.
But in all concepts of religion, even if you don't call it religion, in spirituality, we do not use the term he.
No.
In all religion,
you use
the term he. All of them. Meaning that there's an individual. He is an individual.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
So that means it's incorrect.
Okay.
So we got to eliminate the word God.
Right.
So we have back to his dog.
Right.
That's something, whatever this is, it has nothing to do with truth.
Real shadow talk. God was made by the government. That's a real CIA word that they invented. But we'll get into that on another podcast. Go ahead.
But so therefore, we have to see everything as oneness, not one. Everything operates together. Nobody knows.
Because it's a shared world, right?
Well, by what?
Right?
By all creatures, not just human beings.
Exactly.
Human beings.
Thank you, my brother. And when you step on my toes, I'm going to let you know you stepped on my toes.
Yes, but I'm saying human beings are very fragile. They're very weak. Because they always use excuses. I'm only human.
I don't move like that. I know how divine and sacred I am.
So therefore, You have to.
I know how infinite I am.
So therefore, you can't judge a woman by her dress that she's a whore. Besides, the whore gives us her sex willingly. A prostitute sells her vagina. That's the difference between a whore and a prostitute.
Right.
But I'm saying men gave all these definitions, and I guarantee you, most men enjoy the whore and the prostitute in private. They proven that over and over again. How these rich people are having these girls, not women, girls, to satisfy them sexually. Something wrong with the whole idea about money. The whole idea about power. If you having these girls, you're not in no power. You weak. That's what's going on. And we thinking weakness is power. We got it backwards. We think women are weak. We got it backwards. Men are weak. And they prove it by the raping. You don't find no case women raping men. They can see a boy naked all day long. They ain't gonna bother no woman.
Well, that high school.
I mean, it's plenty women that rape, man. It's
that's a statutory law. That's a statutory law. But we're saying generally, you do not expect a woman to be weak to do that.
That's not
generally.
I disagree.
Okay,
I highly disagree.
Well, go do the research. Go do the research.
Plenty women.
Okay, so do it on the research. What's the number?
That molest kids. That sleep with teenagers. Like you hear these stories every day.
Wait, hold on.
Every single day. They go into court for this.
Not as much as
every day. But go ahead.
But that story, let me tell you something now, my brother. Now you got, when I was growing up as a little boy, see, everybody in judgment. That's what religion teaches you, to be in judgment. That's what religion teaches everybody to be in judgment. So therefore, what goes on a lot of times, if we call wrong, might not be wrong. It's something that's supposed to happen. So what's supposed to happen can't be wrong. We have to look at it just like that. Because other than that, you're coming from a book written by man. There's no woman wrote no. So it's imbalance. Intuition knows. Go inside. You don't need no book.
The script is already embedded in you.
And I guarantee you will not tell you the woman is wrong for being naked. I guarantee you, if you go inside yourself, you will not find that because that's not true.
And I wanted to ask.
That's judgment.
But my brother, that's not the point that we were trying to make. The point that we were trying to make is in today's civilized society, it doesn't equate. It doesn't equate.
Truth doesn't change.
Hey, look, certain cultures, they're cool with it. They get it. They're hip to it. You know, there's African cultures that, chest all out, everyone's cool with it, right? I'd never disagree with you on that. All I'm saying is the rest of Earth does not operate like that.
Walk on the street.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have. You will go to jail for decent exposure.
Facts.
Oh yeah, good point. Go ahead.
So there's nothing wrong with being naked, but just how our society is.
But
you could also go to jail for selling natural herbs. You could also go to jail for plenty of other things. Just because you can go to jail for something, how does that make you could? There's one time you could go to jail for freeing someone who was enslaved. One time you could do that. So again, we're basing our lives on you're trying to have the authority to tell someone else how to live and how to define them, when you need to have the work and self-mastery over yourself to worry about and define yourself. And you need to look from yourself and be like, am I honorable? Am I respectable? Am I a person that can be left around children? Is me? Am I the person? But you got all the looks and stuff for everyone else.
Good. Because I want to finish this.
You got all the looks and what everybody else to do. But when I was talking before about we need to have self-mastery, everybody needs to be taught self-mastery, not just men, women, and little girls and little boys. But self-mastery.
Long way from now.
Self-mastery. Okay, but
right now we can hold each other accountable. That's the point. You say judging, I say accountability.
Just because you say it's a long way, that's your concept. That comes from your perception of life.
No, this is factual. There's
no way. For me and who I live and how I choose to live and how I raise my children, it's now. So you can't tell me it's a long way.
Because that's your home.
That's my perception.
We're talking about the world. For the world to catch up, that's a long ways away.
I'm not worried about no world to catch up. If Harriet Tubman waited for the world to catch up, she would have never did what she did. If she waited for the world to catch up, Harriet Tubman, how many stories do we have about people looking at what things going on in the world and saying, this is not right. I'm about to change it. We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about the ones who are sent here to change the foolishness that goes on today.
No, what
the world, most people are not going to do nothing. They're going to sit around and be robots.
All right, let my brother speak up.
All day.
Hey, no, what he's saying, like, okay, you try and change, but it's going to take a lot of people to.
I don't accept that. That's a perception that you have.
No, it's not.
I get it.
It just,
but
like,
I don't accept that.
Like, say if just us group in here, we're like, all right, we're going to go change the world. It's going to take more than just us to change the world.
Yeah.
You're going to try to get a lot.
But it only took one Harriet Tubman to free who she freed. It only took one of them to do that. It didn't take a bunch of people to do that.
Oh no, she had.
She had help, but it probably was a handful of people. I'm sure it wasn't the majority of the South or the majority of America.
It's probably a lot.
It was a handful of people out of the whole bunch.
But she didn't change the world.
How do you know what she did?
She freed slaves.
Okay, and that was a change for however many people. They changed their worlds. What do you
it changed their world, but it changed that whole culture. It changed.
But you don't know what impact it had to change the culture. Maybe people started saying folks missing. Maybe they gave, like, you're just going by your limited view and you want me to accept how you view things. Well, that's not going to happen. It's going to take a whole long time to do that. No, it don't. It takes a seed to grow and be planted and grow. A seed to be grown and
take a while.
That's how, but you can accept that though. You realize that that could be your truth, but that don't have to be my truth. You realize that, right?
Oh yeah, that's your opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my brother, when you said something about indecent exposure, so you got to realize there's nothing indecent about the.
No. I was just talking about I was talking about like in this society.
Yes,
they'll say, "Oh, you will go to jail for indecent exposure."
Right. So that's
the law.
That need to be eliminated because that's
but that's the
tell them with the pistol on.
Huh?
Like you can't walk around with no gun. Say you gonna go to jail for that? You don't got no permit. You gonna go to jail for that?
Right, but like something natural as being natural.
Yeah, being natural. So like in this society, you can't go out like now in this country right now.
Right.
Butt naked. You can't
because something wrong with the people of the mind because they're perverted.
Yeah, because
the one who wrote that law down.
How you get perverted? Hypersexual.
No. How you get perverted is by going through religion telling you nakedness is bad. That's religion started that.
Religion telling you that just because a woman got on clothes or don't have on clothes or whatever, she's a whore or a prostitute.
Right.
We never said that. I never said women's are flat out whores. I was just saying.
I'm just saying you dressing like them.
Yeah.
Like
it don't mean you sleeping with a bunch of men. It just sends out a certain message.
So you're saying there are no prostitutes that dress modestly? There are no whores that dress modestly? Every whore dresses like with short skirts and stuff? That's what you're saying?
Most of them. But like if you were just significant before,
I ain't never seen a prostitute dress modestly on the street corner.
Y'all discuss that like
she has to present herself a certain way to attract
y'all discuss y'all boundaries and stuff.
Her point.
So that's what I was getting at. Like not trying to control you.
Yeah, but you know why? Because they've made it legal. They got brothels. They got areas where you get paid doing it. Right? They done turned it into a whole business.
I ain't saying trying to control you or anything like that.
Right. But most men come up with that story about controlling the woman. The woman very seldom comes with, I'm going to control you. It's the man that want to control because the man is insecure. He's the most insecure being on this planet.
Yes.
I'm just being honest with you.
That's why I brought a man.
That's why when a man have a woman, you can't dress like that. What? That's her body.
But I won't dress like that.
Because religion has something to do with your thinking.
Yeah.
I was Muslim at one time. I know about Islam.
Okay.
I was raised up in Islam for many years.
And
I come to find out.
That'll bring a whole other conversation.
Yeah, but nakedness is not wrong.
We never said that.
You know what I'm talking about?
We never said that.
But your actions are saying it.
Hey, shouts to my fellow Moors. My Moors know what I'm talking about. Shouts to the Moorish Science Temple of Islam in America. They know what I'm talking about. Real shadow talk. Hey, my Moors, why don't y'all let the people in the comment section know what we're really talking about?
Let's talk about how they came over here and established a government and didn't
Ottoman Empire been here. You know what I'm saying?
The original people.
The ancient ruins been here. This is West Africa. What is we talking about? You understand? What I'm telling you is ancient. This is ancient Islam. The ancient ruins. The ancient scriptures.
It says on the ancient ruins.
Yes.
You got to dress a certain way.
Yes, there's the ideals of Ma'at. There's the laws of Ma'at.
The laws of Ma'at talks about self.
Yeah. And it's
nothing that
self-mastery.
You self-mastery
is not about self-mastery. Does not coincide with whoredom. You don't whore your body and turn it into a commodity for the world to look at and judge you. What is we talking about?
Wow.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Man did all that. You know that. Man did all that.
My brother, the women wrote those laws.
No, they did not.
Women put out these messages.
Please produce the receipt.
So check this out.
First of all, gladly do that.
You know, the word Africa is not ancient. You know that, right?
Right. So, I know where that comes from. It comes from the conqueror. I know.
What I'm saying, so you can't go identify Africa with the word ancient because it's not true.
Right.
So, because every people, Japan got Japanese people, China got Chinese people. Yeah. So why the people of Africa that continent would name something else before the people got that? Yeah. The confusion there, right? So the terminology that I found out the word nigger is actually the people.
Right.
The niggers.
Right.
But they don't want us to do that. They don't want us to know that. See, we got to realize that everything we've been taught is to keep us hindered from knowing thyself.
Exactly.
The niggers are the one that went to every lane.
Show because they don't know who's saying that.
That's why they want you to say the word nigger no more.
I know what you say. You funny, bro.
I'm just gonna bleep it. I'm gonna bleep it out anyway.
They don't.
No, don't bleep it out.
They don't want you to know the word nigger. They should now say the N word. It's a reason. It ain't no disrespectful word, but the way we use it, we've been taught by them to use it. Yo, nigger, you're talking down to you then. When they say it now, but that's not the true word of it. The true word of it is something dignified. Once we get that perception of ourselves, we're going to change everything.
You can't be dignified half naked.
No.
You can't.
So you're telling me.
Cannot be a dignified person.
So you are telling me that there's some being.
You are not dignified. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not.
That's your perception. And your perception.
My brother, it's true.
You're telling me that is not true. That is not true.
If it was true, my brother, it would have been in the beginning.
It was.
No, it was not. You didn't have clothes in the beginning. You're not. No, you're making this up. Okay, go ahead. You don't even know.
I was going to say, this is not. We're not having a.
Okay. We're not doing religion.
Okay. If you want to claim the very beginning, I don't associate with the European way of thinking.
We're not talking.
I don't associate with the caveman thing. I don't believe that. I know my ancestors were intellectuals. I know my ancestors were infinite beings. They knew far beyond what we even know right now. Exactly. We're in the caveman right now.
And you understand? Caveman thinking is that
right on.
So in this society, when they tell people they're naked, that's cave mentality stuff.
It's cave mentality.
That's not intelligent.
That's not intelligent.
That's not growth.
You would be offended over somebody else's natural body.
But there's an understanding for that.
No, it ain't no.
We're not at that point. That's the point.
Who says we're not at that point? You do. I don't say that.
The world.
I don't say that. No.
Society.
The world doesn't say that because you have people every day doing the opposite of what society says. And just because society says something does not mean it's correct. You're really telling me that there's a being somewhere that's sitting there saying, "Oh, well, that woman, she's wearing a miniskirt. She's a whore."
Like we eloquently said,
are you serious?
The being is a oneness. It's a oneness. It's in all.
Right. But
it's in everything.
No, you said God don't want nobody dressing like a whore. That's what you said.
Big facts.
Okay, so that means there's a being somewhere
that's a man
that is saying this person.
That's a woman. That's a woman. That's a feminine energy saying that.
So you're saying
feminine energy telling you that.
I'm a feminine energy, and I'm telling you, I would never say that.
Yeah, right.
Ever.
And women, women like to dress unclothed because that's not natural. Clothes not natural.
Yeah.
Nakedness is natural.
Right.
Clothing is unnatural.
Right.
The only reason why people don't dress, be naked, because of embarrassment and shame.
Right.
And religion gave you both of them.
And what society did.
And what told us that was wrong?
Yeah, that religion did. That's right.
I feel you on that, but what you just said, the key word was shame. And when you reveal, like you said, it's embarrassing. When you reveal someone's private parts, that's embarrassing. That's looked at as shame.
And why is how you perceive it.
And why is that?
That's only if you perceive it.
A baby's not shamed when they come into the world. It's taught to be shamed of himself. A baby doesn't even come in the world calling mama. He's trained to say mama. Yeah. It's a training.
A program.
It's not natural. It's just a training.
Programming.
Program.
But you need
programming.
You need the right programming.
You don't need.
You need the right training.
You don't need programming.
So you think everybody?
Everybody.
Right programming would be to master yourself. That would be the right programming. Okay. Master yourself. Most definitely. To know that you are accountable for your actions.
You need guidance.
You can be guided
There's no being on earth that cannot operate without guidance.
But
every animal
has to have guidance.
Every animal does it. Every animal lives without God saying do this. God said don't do that.
You don't.
Every animal.
You don't hear that.
So we automatically know thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. Thou should not commit it.
You know not to hurt nobody because you don't want
how do you know that?
That's nature.
How do you
There's
know
some cultures that don't know that.
Yeah.
See, the thing about that is
a chemical
like
imbalance.
they're actually like we're trained to not kill, steal, and all that. We're trained because our parents like they don't know that's wrong. And with the animals is their instincts. They automatically learn that through their evolution. They like gazelles, when they're born, they got a couple of hours to get on their feet and move because they stay on the ground, they're going to be eaten.
Right.
So that's instinct. They automatically learn that. We got to be taught that. So that's the difference.
Yeah, but some things that you are taught are incorrect.
Exactly.
But nature that you have about nakedness ain't nothing.
My brother, they got fur. They got fur to cover their whole bodies. We're not them.
Yeah, but I'm saying your skin.
But you're using your
we
example.
have skin. We don't got fur.
You're using the example to talk about the being nature and being instinctual when you talk about you a man. But then when you also talk about what the other animals do by instinct, well, you're like, well, we're not them. Like that's
because the point I'm making is they have fur. We don't have fur.
They have
that's
fur.
all I'm saying.
Their body parts are still out. If you look at a chimpanzee, her breasts are out.
And you know also what they do. You know also what they do, and other cultures do this too. Is they will go and they think is valid in particular cultures. They just take the woman. You understand? They just take the woman and they just do whatever they want with her. Is that valid?
Because that was taught to them. They didn't grow up thinking. They didn't grow up
tribal.
In tribal.
Women,
they didn't grow up doing
men do that. Men do that. Men the one that's imbalanced. I keep telling you, men are imbalanced. They're very
imbalanced.
So they need guidance. Wouldn't you agree?
They need to go inside themselves.
But they need the proper guidance.
Thank you.
Proper guidance.
You heard
showing it's to self-master yourself.
Right. But someone got to teach you that. But somebody got to teach you that.
The one
you need the guidance.
The one that can teach you that
is your elders.
No, listen. They have gone inside themselves. Each one is going to teach somebody because they've gone inside.
They've gone inside and they've worked on themselves.
Ones who have self-mastered themselves, that's why they're called a master.
Over themselves.
They don't work on themselves. They don't work on nobody else. They work on themselves.
You got to know better first, though. You got to, because you could be doing wrong all day, every day. You could be killing people and think that's right until you finally get taught, hey, my man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get taught. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to get taught everything.
We don't got fur all over our body. You get what I'm saying?
Have to be taught
we don't got fur all over our body. And if we go out into the world,
you do not have to be taught everything.
Right.
Like there's certain things.
For sure, there's certain things you know right away.
You don't have to teach a baby to suck.
Right.
Because they already know how to do that.
Right.
That is instinctual.
And what's a woman's chest used for?
What's a woman's
chest used for? What did you just say?
I said you don't have
for
to
life, right?
Teach
it's used for life, right?
Okay.
It produces what for the baby? It's sacred, correct?
No,
Sacred.
sacred.
I'm just saying, real shadow talk. Sacred meaning you will not reveal it to the world.
But
you will,
how? But it's already revealed to the world.
When it's revealed to the world, that's when it gets holed out. It's a simple understand. I don't know why y'all making it so difficult to understand.
I don't know.
Because
you were taught this makes sense in your mind.
There's a perversion once it's shown to everybody.
Perversion is in your mind.
Do you agree with this right here?
Talk to me.
Everything that is called sacred.
No, it's because kids is in the world.
Okay.
Everything that is called sacred was created.
Part 2 going over like an hour or so.
All right, we'll talk off camera. Hey, y'all. This has been an unbelievably amazing Shadow Talk episode. And I want everybody to know it's all love. The thing about it is, these are conversations that most people in society are too scared to have. We have to have these conversations. I love Chavah. I love Pat. I love my elder. I promise you, it's all love. This is about growth. There's things maybe I didn't know. There's things that we all get to grow and learn from. You understand what I'm saying? So this is real Shadow Talk, y'all. We'll be back for a lot more. Trust and believe that. You feel me? This is about growth. This is about education. This is about really, you know what I'm saying, being tapped in spiritually. Yeah. So, y'all, hit that like button, subscribe, replay this back, take notes. And I ain't mad at nobody. If you agree with what she said, by all means. If you agree with what we said, by all means, take notes, grow, do what you need to, get in the comment section, debate with us. That's what it's about. For humanity to grow, for us to get what we need to, we gotta cut out this PC BS. We got to. This PC stuff is the most toxic thing on earth. They're not allowing us to speak no more freely. You get me? On this platform, we're gonna have conversations like this more often. So y'all get y'all spirit guns loaded. This is Chavah. This is Patdrick. Shadow Urameshi. It's been one of the most amazing episodes. This is a classic episode. Yo, Shadow Talk. See y'all on next time. Toof!
What they want from me came through with the hungry appetite for disaster comfortably. If life's a bitch, then I'm Bill Cosby. Oh, it ain't the best, you must be.